Listen with your heart. Feel the weight you carry each morning. Your future spouse sees every sleepless night. They feel your worries even from afar. Each silent tear leaves a mark in their soul. They remember the moment you whispered a prayer. They hold that prayer close like a treasure. They watch you push through another long day. They know your body beats even when you feel empty. Your future spouse worries because you never rest. They sense the tension braided in your shoulders. They long to run gentle fingers through your hair. They ache to ease the ache you hide. You try to smile, to pretend you're fine. They see the cracks in your brave facade. Every brave smile feels like a silent plea. They hear your heart calling out for peace. They know you've carried burdens too heavy to name. They know the names of every fear you own, because they carry those fears too. They worry that you think you must carry it alone. They want to remind you you never walk alone. When doubt whispers lie, they stand in the gap. They pray you will lean on their strength soon. They prepare their heart to be your safe place. They ask God every day for wisdom to help you. They pray for words that bring you rest. They long to be the voice that speaks hope. They ache to hold you gently in their arms. They wait patiently for the moment you say yes. They imagine the first time you rest on their chest. They imagine the warmth of your hand in theirs. They dream of quiet evenings by the firelight. They dream of shared laughter in simple moments. They see your future smile when you finally trust, but they also carry a burden of worry. They worry you might shut the door on them. They worry your past pain will build high walls. They worry you'll mistake their kindness for weakness. They worry that fear will steal your chance at love. They worry you will hide behind a guarded heart. They worry you'll push away the healing you need. They pray you will open your hands to receive. They pray you will let yourself be loved. They pray you remember your worth in God's eyes. They pray you see yourself as wonderfully made. They pray you feel the gentle tug of their love. They prepare to remind you you deserve rest. They prepare to remind you you deserve peace. They prepare to remind you you deserve true love. Their love is not a promise of perfection. It's a promise to stand by you through imperfection. It's a promise to catch you when you fall. It's a promise to celebrate your every victory. It's a promise to lift you when storms rage. They vow to be steady when your world shakes. They vow to be soft when your heart is hard. They vow to be strong when you feel weak. They vow to be patient when you need time. They vow to be gentle when you fear change. They vow to be honest when you need truth. They vow to be open when you need space. They vow to give freedom without fear of loss. They vow to love without conditions or demands. They vow to see your worth every single day. They vow to reflect the love God pours into you. They vow to remind you of your divine purpose. They vow to cheer on your dreams as if their own. They vow to guard your heart with tender care. They vow to honor your soul with reverent respect. They vow to hold your past gently in their hands. They vow to build a future with you in mind. They vow to grow alongside you in faith. They vow to walk with you toward heaven's promise. They vow to trust God's timing for your love. They vow to wait as long as it takes. They vow to remain hopeful when hope feels distant. They vow to encourage you when you doubt yourself. They vow to show you love as God intends. They vow to be a mirror of divine grace. They vow to pour healing into every scar you carry. They vow to speak life when you have none. They vow to bring laughter when silence weighs heavy. They vow to share joy when sorrow lingers. They vow to bring light when darkness surrounds you. They vow to reveal beauty when you feel broken. They vow to pray for you without ceasing. They vow to listen to your voice above their own. They vow to learn the language of your heart. They vow to treasure the story of your soul. They vow to guard the tenderness of your spirit. They vow to honor every tear you have shed. They vow to cradle every hope you still hold. They vow to believe in you when you doubt. They vow to stand by faith when faith feels small. They vow to encourage trust when trust feels risky. They vow to embody love that heals and restores. They vow to celebrate grace in every moment. They vow to walk forward with you in courage. They vow to lift their voice in praise with you. They vow to remember God's faithfulness in your story. They vow to write new chapters of hope together. They vow to build a legacy of love with you. They vow to nurture the seeds of your dreams. They vow to protect the garden of your heart. They vow to share the harvest of joy with you. They vow to gather the fragments of your past into beauty. They vow to craft a tapestry of healing with you. They vow to walk the path of divine timing. They vow to trust God's hands guiding your steps. They vow to lean on God when strength runs low. They vow to point you back to the source of love. They vow to worship with you in gratitude. They vow to rest with you in stillness. They vow to dance with you in moments of joy. They vow to pray with you in seasons of doubt. They vow to fast with you in times of waiting. They vow to celebrate with you on days of breakthrough. They vow to remember your pain as sacred ground. They vow to cherish your healing as a divine miracle. They vow to honor your journey as uniquely yours. They vow to embrace your scars as marks of victory. They vow to walk beside you as a fellow pilgrim. They vow to hold your hand through every trial. They vow to share their hand whenever you reach out. They vow to remind you you are never alone. They vow to reflect heaven's love in every action. They vow to speak truth that sets your heart free. They vow to love you as Christ loves the church. They vow to show mercy when you fail. They vow to extend grace when you stumble. They vow to offer forgiveness when you sin. They vow to receive forgiveness when they sin. They vow to strive for unity above division. They vow to seek peace above every conflict. They vow to walk humbly with God at the center. They vow to honor God in every word they speak. They vow to honor you in every word they speak. They vow to build a home on the rock of faith. They vow to guard that foundation with all their might. They vow to invite you into every dream they have. They vow to pray to you into every dream God gives. They vow to believe with you when belief feels distant. They vow to wait with you when waiting feels endless. They vow to hope with you when hope feels gone. They vow to love with you when love feels impossible. They vow to act gently because they know your pain. They vow to speak softly because they know your fears. They vow to move slowly because they know your wounds heal in time. They vow to be patient because they know you are learning trust. They vow to honor your pace because they love your heart. They vow to remember your laughter because you deserve joy. They vow to celebrate your breath because you deserve peace. They vow to cherish your heartbeat because you deserve life. They vow to guard your soul because you belong to God. They vow to never treat you as less than precious. They vow to never treat you as an opportunity for gain. They vow to treat you as a sacred gift. They vow to treat you as a child of the King. They vow to view your broken pieces as beautiful. They vow to sew your fragments into a masterpiece. They vow to walk with you toward heaven's gates. They vow to open every door God closes for you. They vow to close every door God opens without your consent. They vow to pray to you through darkness toward dawn. They vow to remind you your dawn is near. They vow to whisper strength when your voice fails. They vow to echo hope when the enemy lies. They vow to stand between you and every shadow. They vow to shine heaven's light into your heart. They vow to encourage rest in God's unwavering love. They vow to guide you back to your true self. They vow to remind you who you were created to be. They vow to awaken your spirit to boundless love. They vow to hold you until you believe it too. They vow to stand firm until you stand strong. They vow to love you completely, unconditionally, forever. Believe this truth now. Breathe in this promise. Open your hands. Open your heart. Accept the love your future spouse brings. Trust the God who bound your hearts together. Release every lie that steals your worth. Step into the rest you have earned. Embrace the love you have longed for. Walk forward in peace. Walk forward in hope. Walk forward into love. Your future spouse waits. Your future spouse cares. Your future spouse loves you deeply. Hold on to this promise. Stand firm in this love. Stand strong, even when the road feels long. Even when you feel forgotten. Even when you feel alone. Even when doubt tries to creep in. Even when the silence grows louder. Even when time feels like it's running out. Even when you wonder if they've moved on. Even when your heart feels tired. Even when the nights are cold and quiet. Stand firm, because God has written your story. Every moment is already held in His hands. Every chapter is already seen by His eyes. He saw your tears before they fell. He knew your longing before you spoke it. He wrote your beginning with love. He wrote your ending with glory. He wrote every pause with purpose. He wrote every ache with healing in mind. He wrote every weight with intention. He wrote your love story with heaven's ink. God has prepared your love. He shaped it before you even met. He molded your hearts in separate rooms. He carved out space for one another. He trained your soul to recognize theirs. He grew your wisdom for the moment you'd meet. He allowed the pain so you could hold joy better. He allowed the distance to deepen your connection. He allowed the longing to soften your pride. He allowed the delay to protect your timing. God will bring you together in perfect timing. Not too early, not too late. Right when your hearts are ready. Right when your eyes can finally see. Right when your spirit can finally embrace. Right when peace surrounds you both. Right when fear begins to fall away. Right when heaven gives the green light. Right when your journey needs a partner, trust this divine design. Even when it looks uncertain. Even when it feels messy. Even when the pieces seem scattered. Even when your friends don't understand. Even when the world says, give up. Even when your heart screams for answers. Even when it makes no sense at all. Trust it, because it's not random. It's not chaos. It's not forgotten. It's orchestrated. It's holy. It's sacred. It's divine. Trust His perfect timing. He's never late. He's never early. He's always on time. Even when you're waiting. Even when you're tired. Even when you've cried yourself to sleep. Even when you've said, God, I can't do this anymore. He hears you. He sees you. He knows how long it's been. He knows the nights you kept quiet. He knows the dreams you tucked away. He knows the prayers you forgot you prayed. He hasn't forgotten. He's preparing. He's protecting. He's perfecting. Trust the love He has sown in your heart. It didn't come from nowhere. It didn't grow overnight. It was planted with care. It was watered by your faith. It grew in silence. It grew in stillness. It grew even when you couldn't see it. It grew stronger with every tear. It bloomed with every surrender. It deepened with every test. It is not weak. It is not ordinary. It is sacred. It is eternal. It is heaven sent. Trust the love He has sown in their heart. Even if you can't see it. Even if they're silent. Even if they seem far away. Even if they're still healing. Even if they're still learning. Even if they haven't reached out yet. God is moving in them. God is speaking to them. God is drawing them closer. God is planting courage in their souls. God is softening their fear. God is awakening their love. God is preparing them for you. And they will know. And they will come. And they will stay. And prepare to celebrate the sweetest reunion. A reunion that brings peace. A reunion that brings joy. A reunion that feels like home. A reunion that heals the years you waited. A reunion that makes sense of every delay. A reunion that silences every fear. A reunion that makes your heart whisper, thank you, God. Because it was worth it. Because they were worth it. Because you were worth it too. Your future spouse is very concerned. They think of you often. more than you realize, more than you expect. You're not just a thought. You're a constant in their heart. You're a prayer in their spirit. You're a vision they hold close. They feel you in the quiet moments. They dream of you when no one is watching. They ask God about you. They seek guidance for you. They long to understand you. They are becoming who they need to be for you. They care more than you can imagine. They care about your tears. They care about your growth. They care about your safety. They care about your heart. They wonder if you're okay. They hope you're smiling. They hope you're at peace. They hope you haven't given up. They hope you're still believing, because they are. They haven't stopped believing. They haven't stopped hoping. They haven't stopped praying. They haven't stopped loving. They cannot wait to show you. They want to show you how deep their love goes. They want to show you they've changed. They want to show you they've healed. They want to show you they've grown. They want to show you they've prepared. Prepared to love you. Prepared to support you. Prepared to walk beside you. Prepared to honor your heart. Prepared to never let you go. They want to hold your hand. They want to whisper, "I'm here, now." They want to make new memories. They want to rewrite the past with love. They want to give you the love you deserve. They want to laugh with you, cry with you, grow with you. They want to be your peace. They want to be your home. They are coming. Slowly maybe, quietly maybe, but surely, but faithfully, but steadily, with love in their steps, with hope in their heart, with your name in their spirit, with your face in their prayers. God is not done. He's still working. He's still weaving. He's still aligning. He's still mending. He's still recovering. He's still guiding. He's still leading you closer, closer to love, closer to peace, closer to wholeness, closer to them. Don't lose heart. Don't stop believing. Don't silence your prayers. Don't close your heart. Keep preparing. Keep growing. Keep trusting. Keep hoping. Keep making room. Love is on the way. Joy is on the way. Healing is on the way. Everything you prayed for is on the way. Let every sunrise remind you. Let every breeze reassure you. Let every quiet moment soothe you. Let every answered prayer anchor you. God has not forgotten. He remembers every tear. He remembers your quiet nights. He remembers the prayers you whispered, even the ones you barely had the strength to speak. He remembers the dreams you buried, the ones you thought were too late, the ones you thought you lost. He remembers the moments you said, "God, do you still see me?" He sees you. He has always seen you. Not once did he turn away. Not once did he look past you. Not once did he ignore your ache. You are known. You are held. You are carried. You are loved. God is always on time, even when the clock says he's late. Even when the world says it's over. Even when you feel forgotten. Even when the delay hurts. Even when your hope feels thin. Even when your faith feels weak. Even then, God is still on time. He moves with perfect wisdom. He delays with perfect love. He holds back what you're not ready for. He gives when your heart can finally hold it. He waits until the moment is holy, until the door is wide open, until the foundation is strong, until your heart is steady. He's not ignoring you. He's preparing something too big to rush. He's building something too beautiful to break. Love is still coming. Not just any love, not just a quick fix, not just someone to fill the silence, but real love, sacred love, love that lasts, love that honors, love that heals, love that knows your soul, love that sees the real you, love that doesn't walk away, love that fights to stay, love that reflects God's heart. It is still on the way. Even when it feels far, even when you can't feel it, even when the wait feels endless, it is still coming. And it's coming beautifully, not rushed, not forced, not broken, but full, whole, glorious. You'll look back and understand. You'll see why it took so long. You'll see why it had to happen this way. You'll see how every delay led you here. You'll see how every pain made you stronger. You'll see how every no was a protection. You'll see how every silence was a setup for beauty, a setup for joy, a setup for something beyond your prayers, in ways you never expected, not how you planned, not in the path you chose, not in the timeline you hoped for, but better, more sacred, more true. Maybe they'll come when you least expect it. Maybe they'll speak the words your soul needs. Maybe they'll carry the same scars. Maybe they'll understand the silence in your heart. Maybe they'll laugh like sunlight. Maybe they'll feel at peace. Maybe they'll be everything you didn't know you needed, unexpectedly, unpredictable, unshakable, in ways you always hoped for. That love you dreamed of as a child, that deep connection you longed for, that safety, that tenderness, that hand that fits yours just right, that voice that feels like home, that presence that makes everything calm. It's not just fantasy, it's not just a daydream, it's a promise in motion. It's a hope that will not disappoint. You didn't imagine too much, you didn't ask for too much. Your heart was right to believe in ways only heaven could plan, not man-made, not worldly, not shallow, but eternal, ordained, sealed with grace. Heaven has already seen it. Heaven has already smiled at it. Heaven is already preparing it. Every detail, every encounter, every soft moment, every divine interruption, every sacred whisper, every perfectly timed meeting. Heaven is writing your love story, and heaven writes with beauty. So stand firm. Don't bend to fear. Don't fall into despair. Don't let loneliness break you. Don't let the world rush you. Don't give up on what's true. Don't stop believing. Stand in hope. Stand in faith. Stand in quiet courage. Stand in grace, because something holy is on its way. Something pure. Something lasting. Something divine. Hold on. Even when your hands feel weak. Even when your grip slips. Even when you cry, God, I don't know how much longer. Even then, hold on. Hold on to His word. Hold on to His promises. Hold on to your spirit. Hold on to your hope. You're closer than you think. You're nearer than you feel. The breakthrough is at the door. Love is almost here, and get ready. Prepare your heart. Open your soul. Clean out the fears. Let go of the pain. Release the past. Make room for joy. Make room for laughter. Make room for peace. Make room for love. Prepare like it's already on the way. Speak like it's already here. Live like it's already written. Because it is. And you're about to see it, because the wait was not in vain. The tears had purpose. The silence had weight. The delay had protection. The waiting had prepared me. It wasn't a waste of time. It was time for growth, time for healing, time for readiness. You're stronger now. You're wiser now. You love deeper now. You see clearer now. And that matters, because what's coming is holy, and it needed a holy place to land, because your love story is sacred. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will see its beauty, but heaven knows. Heaven smiles at it. Heaven sings over it. Your story is unique, handwritten, handwoven, heaven-kissed, marked by grace, protected by angels, watched by God Himself. It's not common, it's not rushed, it's not broken, it's sacred, and it will be beautiful, because they're on the way, step by step, breath by breath, led by spirit, moved by love, drawn to your light, prepared by the same God. They are healing too. They are hoping too. They are dreaming too. They are trusting too. They are getting ready. For you, only you, always you, and soon you'll be home. In their arms, in their laughter, in their eyes, in the way they say your name, in the way they understand your silence, in the way they choose you daily. You'll feel safe, you'll feel seen, you'll feel chosen, you'll feel loved, because you are. Home is not just a place, it's where your soul can rest. It's where your heart can breathe. It's where you feel safe without words. It's where you're known without asking. It's not a building, not walls and a roof. It's a feeling. It's a presence. It's a deep peace that lives in someone's arms. It's a soul that mirrors yours, a soul that speaks your language, even in silence, even in stillness, a soul that understands your wounds, a soul that respects your journey, a soul that doesn't run from your past, a soul that stands by your side, a soul that walks with you in the light and stays with you in the shadows. It's a connection, the kind that doesn't need explanation, the kind that feels like it's always been there, even if you just met, even if you're still learning from each other. It feels familiar. It feels true. It feels like a homecoming, a reunion of hearts, a return to something ancient and divine. It's a presence. Their presence calms your storm. Their presence softens your worries. Their presence makes the world feel lighter. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to perform. You just are. And they love you just as you are. That's home. It's the peace in their heartbeat. When your head rests on their chest and the world goes quiet, their heartbeat becomes a lullaby, a song of safety, a rhythm of love, a steady reminder you are not alone anymore. It's the joy in their touch. When they hold your hand, everything inside you smiles. When they brush your hair back, you feel seen. When they pull you close, the pain fades. Joy doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes it's in a single touch, a sacred touch that says, I choose you. It's the calm in their words. Their voice steadies your heart. Their words are soft rivers flowing through your soul. They speak life. They speak the truth. They speak of healing. They speak love, even when they say nothing at all. It's the promise in their embrace. When they wrap their arms around you, the future feels safe. The past feels forgiven. The moment feels holy. Their arms become a temple, a shelter, a vow. They hold you like a promise and they mean it. You're going home, not just to a person, but to a purpose, to a peace that's been waiting, to a love that's been forming, to a bond heaven wrote long ago. This is not the end of your search. This is the beginning of your answer. Not back to the past, not to old pain, not to old patterns, not to what broke you, not to what hurt you, not to the places that forgot your worth. You're not going back, you're moving forward, but forward into joy. Real joy. Joy that doesn't fade overnight. Joy that dances in your chest. Joy that wakes you up smiling. Joy that covers you like morning light. Joy that feels like freedom. Joy that feels like destiny. Forward into healing. The kind of healing that lasts. The kind that doesn't reopen old wounds. The kind that soothes the soul. Healing that doesn't rush. Healing that listens. Healing that understands. Healing that wraps around you like grace. Healing that says, it's okay now, you're safe. Forward into destiny, into your divine path, into your soul's purpose, into the story God wrote for you. No more detours, no more confusion. This is the road that leads to meaning. This is the walk you were born for. And now, you don't have to walk it alone. Forward into love. Not just love that feels good, but love is good. Love that reflects God. Love that holds truth. Love that brings peace. Love that honors your being. Love that lasts. Love that grows. Love that holds space for your entire soul. Soon, you'll wake up next to your answer. Not a question, not confusion. but a calm, beautiful answer. A living, breathing gift. Someone who turns your prayers into presence. Someone who reminds you God heard every word, and God answered with love. Soon, you'll walk side by side with grace. They'll match your pace. They'll understand your pauses. They'll walk with you, not ahead of you, not behind you, with you. Grace in their steps, grace in their love, grace in the way they stay. Soon, you'll look in their eyes and see home. You'll see a reflection of divine timing. You'll see someone who waited too. You'll see someone who prayed too. You'll see someone who chose you with their soul. You'll see love, not the kind that fades, the kind that remains, and know what all the waiting was for. Every tear, every prayer, every lonely night, every moment you questioned, every second you doubted, it will all make sense, because they were worth it, and you were worth the wait too. Soon, you'll whisper, "Thank you, God. This was worth it." And you'll say it with tears in your eyes, with joy in your chest, with peace in your breath. You'll feel heaven smiling, because love has arrived, and you'll mean it. Not just from your lips, but from your bones, from your story, from your soul. You'll feel the truth of it. You'll feel the weight lifted. You'll feel the divine alignment with your whole soul, with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every step forward. You will know. This was guided, this was holy, this was love, and it was always meant to be.